Hi, welcome. I'm Lisa Natoli, and this is day 12, and I've gone back to the whiteboard again. And today we're going to be talking about forgiveness, all or nothing. So the one thing about this work is it really is uncompromising. It's all or nothing. And I'm going to illustrate, again, a great section from A Course in Miracles, which somehow my mind works in pictures. And I read the words on the page and I actually see circles and arrows and it's just been very helpful to me, so I want to offer it to you. And what we've done so far is really see how much you're willing to let go of. Emerging from fear and conflict, letting go of grievances, escaping from darkness. And today I want to talk about forgiveness. And I'm going to flip this over in a second, how to accomplish all of this, how to easily emerge from fear and conflict, grievances, darkness, and everything that goes along with it. Pain, problems, worry, doubt, that's all part of the fear thought system. And I've not talked about forgiveness yet. And this first part of the 40-day program is emerging from your past and your timeline and really just letting go of everything that's been binding you. Because what we're going to be moving into next is healing, prayer, listening to God's voice, seeing with Christ's vision. But you can't arrive at those things until you really let your whole self-identity go, the thing that's been keeping you stuck. So, how to accomplish all of this? The holy instant. Okay, so I'm going to describe what this is. So what this is here, this whole box here represents time and space. And this actually is the circle of fear. And you're in it. And you're in it with a bunch of other people and bodies. So this is the world right here, time and space. And I want you to just think of it as an enclosure. And this is your timeline right here. So this is your birth, and this is your death, and you are here. And from the place where you stand, you can think about a past. And the past is anything from this moment to your entry into time and space. And from this moment, you can anticipate some possibilities of your future until your exit from time and space. And these represent other people in your world. So your husband, your wife, your child, your enemy, strangers. And this is filled with people with timelines. We all have a timeline. And the holy instant is in this moment when you allow yourself to let go of the timeline. And what I wanted to say is I put forgiveness up here. A Course in Miracles says that forgiveness does make lovely, but it does not create. So forgiveness will make you feel better. It'll make things easier for you. And what it says is forgiveness is the one and only thing in time and space that stops illusions in its tracks. So illusions are problems. Illusions are anything that's fear-based. So without forgiveness, it keeps multiplying. I like to think of it like a fungus. It just keeps growing. The problem keeps growing. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger until you decide, okay, this is enough of this. And you use forgiveness as a tool. And A Course in Miracles uses forgiveness in a different way than the world uses it. A Course in Miracles says that forgiveness recognizes that what you think your brother did, the other person, never occurred. And it's really telling us that your brother is you. And this is what I was describing in the first couple of days with the quantum science information, is that everything is you. You're literally seeing a holographic light picture of your own thoughts. There are no people out there. There's no problems, no world at all. It's all coming from here, and that's trippy if you've never heard that idea before, but just to open your mind and say, maybe that's true. Let me see if that's true. And so now what happens in the holy instant is you say, okay, I'm leaving time and space, and you remember your identity as whole, as healed, as perfect, as spirit, as eternal. And I've written another diagram here. I'm going to come back to this one in a minute. But this one is you. So this is the same diagram. And when you leave, you have the willingness to let everything go. So I was saying it doesn't matter if you still have attack thoughts. You're willing to let them go. You don't want to hold on to them anymore. And let's just say in your timeline, you have a future with a whole bunch of bad events coming up. It's just, and people think this is normal. There's going to be good things in the future and bad things in the future. And what the Holy Instant does, and this is from chapter 1, it says the miracle minimizes the need for time in the longitudinal or horizontal plane, which is your timeline. The recognition of the equality of the members of the sonship appears to involve endless time. So here, on your timeline, it appears that your problems are going to take a very long time to dissolve. It's going to take a long time to heal sickness. It's going to take a long time, like it's a process. That's the horizontal line. And we think that's normal. But what this is saying is that in the holy instant, you go vertical. You literally say, okay, wow, I'm spirit. I'm just spirit. I'm not a body. So why would it take you long to heal anything? And you literally leave the parameters of time and space completely. You even go beyond forgiveness. The miracle, so the miracle is you being still and wanting to remember the truth, entails a sudden shift from horizontal, where you're thinking about your problems, to vertical perception. This introduces an interval from which the giver and receiver emerge farther along in time than they would otherwise have been. So in this moment of stillness, and this is why I asked for you to have the 30 minutes of quiet time and to be consistent through the day about it. Just to take those moments of stillness, what I was saying, put your hand on your heart, bring yourself to the moment. You leave time and space, and now you're here. You're literally out one with all, and you can drop back down into time and space. If you want, you can come back to your timeline. Everything that was set in your timeline for forgiveness opportunities gets removed. So I just love this. When this came to me, it just blew my mind, because I didn't want to let go of grievances for a long time. I really didn't see the point. I thought I can let go of some things, but not all things. But when this came to me, I realized, oh my God, I can let them all go. Because what happens when you're just being a person who forgives everything, and you're just clearing all the time, and you're being a really good spiritual person? So this person makes you angry, let's say, your husband, your wife, your child, your boss. And you in a moment decide, I'm going to forgive. I'm going to let this go. So you forgive. And it brings you here. And this is the place in the forgiveness where you feel that moment of happiness. But until you go through, what's going to happen is you drop back down onto your timeline again, and somebody else upsets you. So then you catch yourself again, back to the holy instant. I'm going to forgive that and let it go. Boom. You reach the top of time and space. You feel that happiness again. You feel the release. You feel the freedom. But as long as you're still wanting to be a self-identity in time and space, you're just going to keep looping. And you've got this awesome tool. It's amazing. Forgiveness is the only thing that's going to stop the illusion in its tracks. But you reach a point when you say, okay, I don't want to keep being a great human being who keeps forgiving. I want to be a creator. I want to be in that space where new things are occurring. And you make a decision to say, okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready to let all my grievances go. And that's why I introduced this today, because we're going from here into healing, listening to and hearing God's voice. We're going to talk about prayer in the next couple of weeks and Christ's vision. And these ones are just mind-blowing. This is where the fun is, you know, like to stay where the grievances are and to keep forgiving and to keep, you know, being in a process of transformation. So many people do that. They just keep thinking, oh, there's another layer. There's more to clear. No, there's not. You're whole and you're perfect. And when you see that, you really say, I'm going to be in love with everyone, really. And I wanted to just read this sentence because this is important. Exempt no one from your love, or you will be holding a dark place in your mind where the Holy Spirit is not welcome. And thus you will exempt yourself from his healing power. For by not offering total love, you will not be healed completely. So today, I really just want you to just come to this place and say, okay, we're moving into another phase now. And it's time for total forgiveness, all or nothing. And leave no one outside of your love. Because what happens when in the holy instant, you literally pull everyone up here with you into the love, because everything's one with you. And you cannot see that. You actually can't go until you make a decision, all or nothing. I'm taking all my seeming enemies with me. And that's why you have to shift your perception and see them as your friend. This is my friend, and we go together. We all take this journey together. And just the final thing I wanted to show you is that you can make a decision to drop back into time and space and not pick up your timeline again. You come in back as pure light, no timeline. And again, I know this is a very advanced teaching, and I want you to just always just be relaxed. Just stay in this place. There's nothing to get or to do. I'm just simply introducing these ideas, because the light that is in you is the thing that's moving you. It's the thing that will help you to release all those grievances. So I thank you for being here, and this path is uncompromising. So today, just spend some time and really just see how much you can let go. Forgiveness, all or nothing. I love you.